Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Welcome back to the subreddit saga. Today we're doing a deep dive into Rhymi. Am I the asshole? Today we're going to be reading some of the top posts from this subreddit. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, so sit back and relax as we begin. Our first post comes to us from Uvaluable Frosting 812. Enjoy. Am I the asshole for not wanting to play a game my girlfriend created? My 27GF24 has been working on a visual novel game as a side project for almost 2 years and recently finished it. She wanted me to play it, but I initially declined since I'm not into visual novels or reading long stories. But after she begged, I gave it a try and played for a good 15 minutes. Now I can tell she put in a lot of effort in the writing and the art, and it was a good start. But I just got tired of reading and stopped. She asked what I thought and wanted me to eventually finish it and tell her what I thought about the choices and the endings. But I told her I had no plans to. She looked shocked and asked if it was boring. I told her no, it's just that I'm just not into this type of genre, and she knows I'm not into reading, but asked me to make an exception this time since she made it. I got upset because I think she's being childish and wants to blackmail me into doing something I don't want. After I made it clear I wasn't continuing, she hasn't talked to me. I already know that she is talented and smart, so just because I don't want to play it doesn't mean I don't support her. Some of my friends agree she's being immature, others think I should be more supportive. So AITA. Our next post comes from user Lodkalsky6901. Am I the asshole for not letting my sil add my kids to the chore list? My sil lives in a fairly large 6B farmhouse on 10 acres. We are building a home across the street, and in the meantime, we have a camper parked on Sil's property. The only time we go into her house is to use the bathroom or shower. We have electricity in the camper, but no running water. The rest of the time, we're across the street building, and our kids, 14, 12, 8E, 8M, are with us helping. We pay Sil $180 a week to park our camper there, which is campground prices. Late afternoon yesterday, my Sil asked us to all come inside to talk as she pulls up her chore list with my kids' names added to it. Things like laundry, dishes, cleaning the living room, sweeping, mopping, cleaning table, countertops, garbage, returnables, even helping cook meals. We do not eat with them, etc. She said, "Does this work for you? I won't let anyone clean the bathroom because I'm the only one who does it properly." I immediately said no. My kids don't even go in her house unless they're showering or shitting. So if anything, I'd make them clean the bathroom, not the rest of the house that they don't use. I'm not going to be making them do chores to that extent for simply using the bathroom after they've been helping us all day with building our home. My Sil, who works all the time, says the kids are in here much more than that because all my snacks are gone and I always come home to a trashed house, and I didn't before you guys started staying here. She's clearly not putting 2 and 2 together with the fact that her own daughter, 12, has had consistent friends over for the past 2 weeks since school let out, and her husband of 46 months does nothing to parent, which I brought to her attention. My kids don't eat her food at all either. I've made a point to preach to my kids about minimizing our footprint here for this specific reason, her trying to blame my kids for her trashed house. My husband is saying that maybe I should just allow her to add the kids to 1 or 2 chores a week to keep his sister at bay. But I've refused. We pay to be here and we do not go indoors at all unless it's for the bathroom, as I've stated. My kids are not going to be scrubbing her house top to bottom for using a restroom, and I have since told my husband we need to create an outhouse system on our property so we don't have to go in there at all. He says I'm making things more difficult when in reality, I'm protecting my kids from being used. AITA. Our final post today comes from US Banky Gank. This one's going to be a good discussion, so refill your snacks. AITA for not treating my roommate's dog's ear infection for him. My roommate's dog has been shaking his head vigorously, and my roommate wanted to take him to the vet, but had to go to work at 5 a.m. When I got up at 7 I had a text from him telling me about the issue, so I offered to take him to the vet when they opened. I took the dog to the vet. He had infections in both ears, and the vet instructed me to flush the ears, then apply medicine to both ears daily for 7 days. I paid the bill, which was $263, and made a video explaining how to flush the ears and apply the medicine for my roommate while the information was fresh. My roommate told me he wouldn't pay me back today, but he'd pay tomorrow because that's what he would be oak with if it was him. Later on in the evening, B realized I hadn't done the first treatment for his dog and berated me multiple times about it. He hadn't asked me to do it, but had assumed the vet would have. The dog wasn't in pain, but was often shaking his head, and it was clear that his ears were bothering him. I feel like I went far enough with the favor I did for him, and the repeated criticism was unwarranted. So Reddit, AITA? Well, those were certainly some good stories. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below and tell me, who do you think was being an asshole? Or do you think they were justified in their actions? Thank you all once again for listening to the subreddit saga this beautiful morning, noon or night. And remember, if you would like us to read your stories, please leave them in the comments for a chance to be featured.